Alright, maximum effort. Let's do it. Deadpool 2, it's here in these theaters this weekend. Now, we have all wondered if Deadpool 1 was a fluke. Was it lightning in a bottle? Or the Deadpool 2 can accomplish the same things, it can deliver you the same things that the Deadpool 1 did. Let's find out in this full review of Deadpool 2. Before we get started, if this is your first time here, my name is Puneet. You're watching the Afterthoughts Network and this is the full review of Deadpool 2. Let's get to it. Now let me address this right off the bat, that after watching the trailers and watching the movie, I was just left wondering, what did I just watch? Because in my opinion, the trailers did not convey the movie completely. They told you the tone of it, they told you the story beats of it, but the trailers were not what the movie is. That's just right off the bat. Now let's get on with the review. I really like this movie. Did I like Deadpool 2 better than the Deadpool 1? I think not. See, the thing with Deadpool 1 was, it was such a surprise getting out of the gate that we didn't know what to expect, and after Deadpool 1, we now have expectations. Does Deadpool 2 deliver on these expectations? I think I'll have to sum it up in a way that probably won't do it justice, but still, I'll try. See, Deadpool 2 is a very different movie than Deadpool 1. I think Deadpool 1 had a very basic job to do and it did it brilliantly. Now Deadpool 2 has to build up on the things which were done in Deadpool 1, and that's where I think the movie falters. In this movie, the highs are really high. There are so many laugh out loud moments that the entire theater would just laugh with you, and even I was laughing and just laughing out loud. There were some hilarious moments, there were some hilarious references to other movies, comic books, video games, etc. But I think the downside of this movie is where the lows were. The lows were poorer than the first one. So you see, the highs are high, but the lows are really low. So this is a mixed movie for me. I really did not know what to say in this review. I don't want to spoil anything because this is a non-spoiler review. But the point I'm trying to make is, this movie is really fun. You will enjoy it immensely. But this is not going to deliver what the first one did. I felt this movie, let's not call it a disappointment, but I would say this movie is underwhelming. It's not up to the expectations that we have after seeing the first part. The action set pieces are really good, but still they lack the basic heart which was in the first movie. In the first movie, everything was story driven. For example, everything that happened in the first movie was driven by the story. The story was the backbone of the whole movie. The action set pieces were for the story, the humor was for the story, and so it worked brilliantly. But I think what is the problem with the second part, the Deadpool 2, is that the basic backbone of the movie, the story, the heart of it is missing, and that's where everything falls flat. I know there are some great hilarious jokes, there are great references, there are great action set pieces, but I sort of felt in the theater that I just didn't care for it because the story lacked what grabbed me in the first movie. Although I would say it was a really great pleasure watching this movie in a packed theater. The audiences were laughing their ass off. Now talking about the characters, the one thing that I did really like in this movie is Zazie Beetz playing Domino. What we saw in the trailers, that her superpower is luck, and we get to see it more in the movie, that how this luck superpower plays out, and it plays out brilliantly. It has been shot brilliantly and it is cinematic. Moving on to Cable. Cable is sort of okay character in this movie. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, it was just okay. Deadpool, funnily enough, is not the best character of this movie. I have thought this was a complete complete movie of Zazie Beetz. She comes in late into the movie, but once she's there, she's just electrifying to watch in this movie. You want to see more action set pieces with her rather than the other characters, because the storyline is just not there. So you want to see something which you really like, and that's clearly Domino. Now this movie is directed by David Leitch, which is the co-director of the John Wick movie, the first one. And he is a brilliant action director that we all know. But in this movie, the action set pieces just didn't work for me. They were great, they are better and bigger than the first one, but they just didn't work because they lacked the heart, the backbone of this movie. And some of the decisions that David Leitch took in this movie are really surprising to me. In the first one, they created a whole plethora of characters which worked great for the first movie, and I had expectations that they were going to build up on those characters and add a couple of new characters to it. But I really have to say that the old characters really underwhelmed me. I would even go as far as to say I was really disappointed in the use of the original characters in the first movie, which were the Negasonic Teenage Warhead, as well as Colossus, and the character of TJ Miller. TJ Miller and Negasonic were completely misused, completely underused in this movie. If you were a fan of those characters in the first movie, I don't think you are going to appreciate what they did in this movie. All in all, I would say it is a really pleasure to watch. I really like this movie. I love the fun part. The only problem is that the story behind the fun part is lacking. The story behind the action is lacking. And that is where the movie completely lost me. I would still give it a great recommendation. Please go out and watch this movie in the first weekend itself. There are some great little cameos, there's great humor, there's great action, as well as cool set pieces to watch. But just keep your expectations in check. You're not going to be floored by this movie, I'm sure, because I was not. So just keep your expectations in check and you'll really enjoy your time watching this movie. And I would really give it a 2 thumbs up. Just go out, watch this movie, you'll enjoy it immensely. So that was my full review of Deadpool 2. Have you seen this movie? What did you think about it? Write it down in the comment section below and let me know. And if you want to see more content from our channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever our new video drops. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it for some reason, give it a thumbs down and put it down in the comments below. What can we do to improve? Till the next review, till the next video, this is Puneet. You are watching the Afterthoughts Network. Bye bye.